and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do my Booktube-A-Thon Wrap Up. It actually ended about 6 days ago, and so I'm a little bit behind. Towards the end of my Booktube-A-Thon, I kind of was ditching it. There was more family things going on and more fun things I was doing with my kids. And so it really tapered off. Out of the 7 challenges that Booktube-A-Thon this year had, I only finished 2 books out of the 7, 2 challenges, that was it. But I was so excited to get to be able to participate in it, and I had a ton of fun. So I just want to let you guys know how I did on my Booktube-A-Thon Wrap Up. Book number 1. First book that I finished for Booktube-A-Thon is Golden Boy by Abigail Tarlin. This is a YA novel set in England, I believe, is where it was. This family has it all. It's a mom and a dad, 2 boys. Their oldest boy, Max Walker, he's the golden boy. He's cute, he's adorable, he's smart, he's likable. He's such a good kid. His parents are very, very well known for being lawyers and attorneys in this very rural kind of town. And so they're kind of the big wigs, and their family is known for just being the perfect family. Little does everyone know that Max, their oldest boy, who is a teenager in high school, has a little secret. He is intersex, which means he was born with boy and girl parts. I was a little nervous going into this book because I didn't know how I was going to handle it. Is this a book that was going to be romanticizing the whole, intersex? But this boy was born with boy and girl parts. And he deals with a very traumatic incident that happens, and all of this starts to bubble to the surface, and he's worried people are going to find out, and then his parents are going to be, drugged under the bus kind of a thing because their son is a little bit different. And so it deals with the struggles from a family point of view. Mom, dad, brother, friends, all that sort of stuff, as well as Max's point of view. Being traumatized by a certain incident that happens in the very beginning of the book. Trigger warning, there is rape, just to let you know. I loved this book. I am actually rating this, I want to say a 4.5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. And I will link my Goodreads channel down below. But oh, this book was so heart-wrenching. I actually cried, and I don't cry very often in books. I really don't. I'd say there's probably a good 5 out of the hundreds that I've read that I actually cried. And this one, oh my gosh. I just wanted to reach through the book and give Max a great big hug. The things that he deals with and the things that his parents are dealing with from their perspective, it's just, oh. But it was such a good book, such a good book. And it didn't romanticize anything. It was a legit, if this was really happening in a family scenario where there's an intersex character or person in that family and something horrible happens to them, just the struggles of an everyday person, how they would go through it as well as a family. And I love this book. I recommend many of you to read it. I really did enjoy it. My second book for Booktube-A-Thon that I finished is Crucial Conversations. I always have a hard time saying that damn freaking title. Anyways, it's a self-help book. If you've watched any of my other videos, I'm not a big self-help book kind of person. I don't read them. I really don't. I have a hard time reading them because same thing happened to me in this. I love the idea of this book. I did learn a few things from this book. This book teaches you that when there is a crucial conversation that you are in, whether it's with your spouse or your kids or your family, your friends, your coworkers, your boss, there's always going to be incidences and situations that you always wonder, I could have handled that better, or man, I should have said this, or, and it teaches you how to slowly digest what's going on and then how to handle it properly. I really did enjoy this book. About a good half, the first half was phenomenal. And then I felt the second half was just very redundant and boring dialogue and information, and I totally lost interest, and I really had to force myself to get through the second half. But overall, I gave this a 3-star on Goodreads out of 5. I enjoyed it. It's a self-help book. What do you expect? I don't know. It's not going to keep your attention the whole time, I guess, unless you're one of those that loves those. So, and that's just not me. So, but anyways, 3 out of 5 stars. Book number 2 that I finished. The third book in my Booktube-A-Thon that I was trying to get through is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. This is a sci-fi YA series. I love it. Like, it is so good. I'm listening to this on audio, or I listened to it on audiobook. But unfortunately, I only got like 3/4 of the way through and I still had like 4 or 5 hours by the time Booktube-A-Thon ended. So I finished it before July ended, but unfortunately I didn't finish it for Booktube-A-Thon, but I did get a good 3/4 of the way through. I rated this, I think, a 4 or 5 star on Goodreads, and it's phenomenal. It's the main character, his name is Darrow, or Darrow. Darrow? I think it's Darrow. He lives on Mars, and there is a color-coded system in their society. So there's reds, there's golds, there's grays, there's silvers, there's yellows, they're all type of codes. And so depending on the color that you are born into, depends on the type of society you are going to be living in. And so Darrow is the lowest of the lows. He's a red, and they make him work like slaves pretty much. They had the understanding that they were trying to make Mars livable for generations to come in the future. Unfortunately, some crazy things happen in the beginning of this book, and you find out that what they have been told and what they have been working for is actually all a lie. So he has been deceived. His whole society has been deceived. Darrow goes in and he decides he's gonna kick the enemy's ass. He's gonna wipe out everyone that has deceived him, deceived his family, the killings that have been going on, and the poverty that they have lived in. They don't deserve it. The series about revenge and love and a dystopian type of society. It's amazing. I loved it. The audiobook was super long, but I loved it. And the guy that actually reads it for the audiobook, oh my gosh, his accent is very Scottish, and I love it. Like, I listened to him for hours and it was magical. Loved it, loved it, loved it. The 4th book that I started for Booktube-A-Thon was The Cuckoo Song by Frances Hardinge. I hope I'm saying that last name correctly. Anyways, this is a middle grade horror thriller mystery novel. I started it and I only got to like 3 chapters before Booktube-A-Thon ended, and then I took a break a little bit, and so now we're into August. So I'm actually going to make this into my August TBR because I had only gotten into like 3 chapters of it. So hopefully I can read this for the month of August. It is about a young girl who comes home and doesn't remember, she's like 13 years old and doesn't remember what's been going on. She has a very bad case of amnesia. She's been dealing with fever. They say she fell into a pond, or this grimer is what they call it, and it's like this sludge pond lake type of thing, but she doesn't remember anything, and then weird things start to happen to her where she's starting to see things, things that shouldn't be there, and she thinks she's like going crazy and hallucinating, and her parents are just like, you're sick, don't worry about it, we'll take care of you. And she's like, no, there's more going on than just being sick. It sounds like a fantastic book, but unfortunately I didn't finish it for Booktube-A-Thon. My 5th book, didn't even start it for Booktube-A-Thon, Woman in Red. It's about a woman. It starts out with her in prison. She tried to murder the man who killed her son in a drunk driving accident. And it goes on from her being released from prison after several years, and the after effects of her decision of trying to kill the man who killed her son. It sounds heart-wrenching, but at the same time, it sounds fantastic, and I can't wait to get into it. August TBR. Book number 6 for Booktube-A-Thon. Didn't even start this one either. Dog Tags by C. Alexander London. This is book 1 in a series of 4. It's a middle grade series, and it's about these boys and their dogs that go into certain war battle type scenarios. About a boy named Gus and his dog Loki that deployed at Afghanistan. My mother-in-law actually bought the 4 books in this series for my 11-year-old to start reading, and one of the things I wanted to do during Booktube-A-Thon was start this with him. Then unfortunately football practice happened and other things happened and we never got to it, and I was like, oh, for Booktube-A-Thon, read 7 books, psh, we'll read a tiny one, and then I didn't even get to it. But anyways, August TBR, I'm gonna read this with my 12-year-old, 11-year-old, he's almost 12. Book number 7, Miss Cuddy is Nutty by Dan Gutman. Anyways, this is a child's book. It is a chapter book, and we've read several of these books. My youngest, who is now 9, we've read several of these together. The series is adorable, and it's cute, and it's funky, and it, you know, it just says the cutest things, and it always makes my son giggle, and I love it. And so one of the things I was gonna do is, this was my challenge of read a book in a day, and I'm like, and then we didn't even start it. God, I'm such a good mom. But it was one of my challenges, didn't even get to it. So hopefully in the month of August, because school is about to start the end of this month, and I want him to get back into a little bit of reading because he's probably a little rusty. We haven't really read together for the past like 2 months of summer. So, but I didn't get to it. God, I sucked for Booktube-A-Thon. Dude. Thanks for joining me on my channel, and I know this wrap up is probably a little lengthy for Booktube-A-Thon. I only finished 2 books out of the 7 challenges and the 7 books, but I'm still happy. I got to join in and participate, and it was, I say and a lot. Anyways, talk to you guys later. Bye.